been cleaning up our home all morning because we've been expecting some really special guests. If you're wondering who, it's all of you guys. I know this has been a request on several of our makeover videos that we should soon be doing a home tour, and it's finally here. We're going to be taking you through our lovely little apartment here in Singapore. I want to get started with saying that the first time I stepped into this apartment through that front door, I clearly remember my first memory, which was seeing the view from our balcony all the way from the entrance, and it's so mesmerizing with, we can see Sentosa Island, we can see the water with some ships going. So it's such a wonderful memory and I will always remember it. So we have this little corridor here which leads into the living section. In the corridor itself, we've kept things very simple. We just have a little storage cabinet here, and of course I've put up some of my older DIYs, which is the sunburst mirror gallery, because there wasn't place in the living room with so many DIY videos that I've done now. And as we walk through this corridor, we first come across the kitchen to our right. This is our small kitchen, and we tackled this with a makeover right at the end of all the other parts of our home. But I do remember that once again, when we first saw this house, what I really liked about the kitchen is that from here we could again look into the balcony, because we have this smart little glass window here and we could see the view. So I knew that even when I'm doing my chores, such as doing the dishes, I can always look up and feel nice by seeing the outside view. But this is the room that we struggled with most, because despite the fact that the rest of the apartment gets a lot of indirect sunlight, this particular room is pretty much on the darker side, and with the black granite countertop, things were far worse for us before we had the makeover. But now with the lighter countertop, it's much better. And I also like the fact that we have this sliding doors leading out into the utility area where we have the sunset happening, and in the evenings a lot of golden light filters in it and it looks beautiful. Coming out of the kitchen, we have this really tiny dining nook area. This is basically just a bit of space between the kitchen and the living area of this apartment, and we have a small window that opens out into this space. Now, this is one of the most difficult spaces we tackled in terms of just the size. There was so little to work with, and we had to keep things really minimal so that we don't go overboard. At the same time, we had to try and make it look like its own space, so it was fun. We did the wallpapering and we tried to create some sort of like a partition effect on the glass with the ice cream sticks, and then we did a plant propagation wall, which was a lot of fun again. And so this is also another area of the house that we enjoy. It's much less boring now. And now from this dining nook, it's time to move to our living area, which is where I spend most of my time during the day. And this is our living room space, pretty much my favorite room in the whole home, and this is where I spend most of my time. So this is the first room that we did some DIYs for and we styled, in fact starting with the paper plate frames, which till date people who come into our homes actually have difficulty believing that those are not real frames. They come and touch it to see, is it really paper? And this plant corner is so peaceful and has this zen-like vibe. Even though I keep shuffling the plants around and they go into different rooms for different styling videos, they kind of come back here because of course they get a lot of light from the balcony window, but it also has this very peaceful zen-like vibe for us when we entertain and when we just sit and relax in the living room, especially in the evening with the fairy lights turned on. It's such a beautiful corner. On the other side of the couch area is a part of the living room that I tackled much later on, but it has again kind of merged in with the whole setup entirely well. We have this shelf with beautiful knickknacks and we have a DIY mirror that we made and we really love. And again, once again, a few hexagon planters and lanterns, and we made a lot of smart usage of DIYs so that we can kind of have this cohesive theme because they all tie in together well. Also, we've done very smart work with the curtain hooks here, where we removed the thicker curtains because we just love all the natural light that this apartment gets, and we want as much of it to filter into the home as possible. So we removed the thicker curtains, and those hooks are now being used to hang plants and little terrarium globes and lanterns and lamps. So yes, it's another smart way to do things if you cannot put a nail or a hook directly into the wall. This big beautiful balcony is pretty much the reason we chose this apartment, especially with this being on such a high-rise floor. It means we get a panoramic view of the city, and we can see Sentosa Island and even islands that belong to Indonesia. So it's amazing. I can see ships from here. It's such a lovely place to just go relax. Even if we haven't stepped out for months at a stretch, just having this balcony is such a blessing for our mental health. We feel that we're still able to get out and get some fresh air and just look at the views and feel like we're still connected to the outside world. So really, this is an incredible blessing. Leading away from the dining nook on the left and the living and the balcony on the right here, we have a hallway which leads to the bedrooms. This is a 2-bedroom apartment, so we have a kid's bedroom and the master bedroom. Let's take a look. And this is our son's bedroom, one of the first bedrooms we styled and had so much fun with it. Of course, a lot has changed, as is always the case with children's space, because they are just so energetic and constantly moving and shifting things around in the room. In fact, he's playing here right now. So this is a room we kept flexible so that it can be something that he likes. So the ledge area, he keeps changing around with what the drawing is on it. Sometimes it's a city, sometimes it's a dinosaur land, and sometimes it's a place for him to just scribble numbers and alphabets, so that's there. And with the height decal that we had placed on the wall, he removed all the number stickers, so now we just have the rocket and the ladders, and it's not being used to check his height anymore. So things like that, it keeps evolving, but it's a space that he has really enjoyed, and that makes it all worth it. And that was the kids' bedroom. Now, before we get into the master bedroom, we again have this small section of corridor where I've put up some of our family pictures from our travels and of us together. We had done this in the paper plate frame video, and I wanted to have a special corner of the house sporting these because it was not really for just about anyone who comes into the living space to see, but more for our personal pleasure as we keep walking to our bedroom space. And this is our master bedroom space, one of the rooms that we had so much fun again doing up. It was very ordinary in the beginning, and one of the main criteria for us was that we needed a place to be able to get away from the chaos of the rest of the home, especially with our kid making noise and playing when we needed to take official calls and get some work done. So we knew we needed to create a workspace in the bedroom. And I'm not a big fan of workspaces in the bedroom unless we are in a hotel room, because you're in a space where you actually go to sleep every day, so it's supposed to be very calming and very sublime, and at the same time you have to create a corner there where you feel motivated enough to work and not take a nap, which was what we eventually tackled in our bedroom makeovers. We have this corner of the bedroom which is very vibrant and energetic, and that's where we work. It's comfortable enough for one person to sit and do laptop work, and the rest of the room has a very bohemian and sublime look, and yeah, it's something that we've really enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing our humble abode here in Singapore and seeing how all the rooms connect with each other. With that, we've come to the end of this home tour. I would like to thank Nest Artfully viewers for showing me so much love and support over the past year of doing this house up and making it our home. Thank you for watching and have a great day.